Hi, today we are going to discuss about EJB. As we all know, understanding about Java languages, at the same time knowing about the requirement over understanding about Java languages were essentially important, especially in the field of application development as well as programming. In this, enterprise Java beans is one kind of framework, basically majorly focusing on understanding about the kind of process what exactly it majorly focuses of, right? So wherein EJB stands for Enterprise Java Beans, which is basically a server-side component, because there were two different things, like one is client-side and second is server-side. In reference to the EJB itself is concerned, it is basically an server-side component. Majorly, this enterprise Java beans essentially, which will be a part of J2EE platform, whatever the kind of architecture in reference to, as I mentioned some time back, the kind of architectures we prepare in reference to the J2EE part, platform and all everything. EJB is an essential part of it. As we see, J2EE applications have different components, like contents of the components, which are majorly used by the clients for executing different business logics. Hence, enterprise Java beans is the one which is mainly contains business and as well as logical data, which is something essentially important for working on the business applications, especially in the field of J2E. When we talk about EJB, these components majorly lies on the same container, which majorly called as EJB containers. At the same time, these EJB components as well as the kind of EJB classes which is written by the developers that implemented by the business logic. Along with that, it is also specified and provided for developing secure and robust scalable distributed applications. To run EJB, wherein we need application servers where EJB containers such as JBoss, Glassfish, etc. Along with this, EJB application will also be deployed on the server side. So it's called server-side component also. Along with that, EJB container platform's lifecycle manages the security transactions. At the same time, it manages object pooling as well. Now, when we talk about an EJB architecture on a high-level note, so I'm going to draw a diagram in reference to the EJB architecture itself is concerned, so that you will be having an idea over that. You can see here, this is where generally we call it as EJB client, wherein this EJB client will be connecting to an EJB home interface, majorly to understand with, it connects with EJB home interface. At the same time, it will be connected even with the EJB remote interface as well. Right? EJB remote interface as well. Now, when we talk about EJB as a client, as I told you, which will be connecting to the EJB home interface. At the same time, this will be equally connecting with EJB remote interfaces as well. But we have to make sure whatever the home interfaces are we going to create, as well as the remote interfaces and all everything. This is all something where we need to understand in such a way where this will be finally connecting with the EJB. right? So this is what generally we call it as EJB bean, where this application will be connected to that extent. This is what and how usually this EJB connects and all everything will be used for. But we also make sure there is some understanding wherein we need to have in reference to this application, whatever we are going to develop in context to the EJB interface, home interfaces, or else in context to the EJB remote interfaces, all that, wherein there will be some connect of an application which normally connects between these two things. At the same time, this connect can also be used for different EJB containers, which majorly focusing on different areas of it. So this is something which we have to understand, right? So different logics, right? So different applications which can be connected over a period of time, all that, right? So this is how generally this logics are being applied. Along with this is how these containers will be created over here, where this can be created like this. This is where generally this EJB containers and all everything come into picture. This is what and how generally this EJB container will be all about. So this is how generally it looks like. At the same time, on a high level note, if you can see here, this is where generally EJB server is all about. So this is what is all about. This is what generally EJB is all about. If you have any questions, if you have any training needs, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.